Sergio Aguero, Harry Kane and Mohamed Salah have more. All of them have 7. And you've also won Sir Matt Busby's Player of the Year award for the 5th time, the most by any other Man United player. And that's an award voted by the fans. And there's other awards that I know you've won in recent times. I saw you on stage the other day winning more awards. What's happened? Why are you sudden, you've been consistent throughout the whole time since you've been at the club, but this year seems to stand out for some reason.
No, I think for this season, first of all, I think when the team shines, the individual comes up. And I think this season is being much better from the last, let's say, 2 seasons. At the same time, I think the assists record and all this going around made me having a lot of headlines and stuff like that. Obviously, it's an achievement that hasn't been done for any player. It's just Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry. So
I've got the little graph here. It says, Kevin De Bruyne, Thierry. I actually spoke to Thierry about this as well, and he sends his regards to you. Congratulates you on joining him up there with the record.
Yeah, it's something like that I'm very grateful for. I put my name in this case with them. Up there is something that I've never dreamed about or think about. I probably start thinking about that when I got probably into 16, 17 assists. I was like, oh, I'm actually getting closer now. But it was not something that was in my head, because in my head is always improving my last season and getting better numbers, better outputs, better performance, and was never in my mind that I would go to 18, 19, 20 or whatsoever. But obviously when you start getting close, you start thinking about a little bit.
And then all of us as fans start watching the games to see if you can do it.
And then obviously I think I've been very consistent in terms of performance during my 6 years here. But probably other years were people that stand out that more than me, and that's why I probably didn't got as much attention as I did this season.
With being captain and with being at the biggest club in the world, I think in terms of fan base, with that comes pressure and responsibility. The world talks about you. No matter what industry you're in, an occupational hazard of being at the very, very top or the peak of your powers or being even better is more and more talk. And, I think especially because of this, people are talking even more about Bruno Fernandes than I've ever seen. In my group chat, I've got a Man United group chat, and we're watching the game. We were willing you to reach this record, which you did. And now, because people are saying you're the player of the year in the Premier League, they're giving you all these big awards. With that comes even more criticism. And I think this is where your childhood has prepared you.
Yeah.
Your dad, sounds like your dad prepared you. I wanted to clear something up because it was on my mind. And I imagine it's frustrating for you, which is when your words are twisted in the media. And recently, Roy Keane criticised your mentality based on a quote he got completely backwards. He claimed you said, "I should have shot, but I made the passes," and used that to suggest that you were chasing individual assist stats. But everyone who actually listened to the interview, including myself, knows you said almost the exact opposite. You were being self-critical of yourself and saying you should have passed the ball instead of shot because you wanted the best for your team. And so, interestingly, because I've spoken to so many of your players, your teammates over the last couple of days about you, they also told me that this is the exact opposite of your mentality on the pitch and off the pitch. And I know it must be frustrating for your leadership style to be sort of misrepresented in that way. How do you respond to that? Like, how do you deal with that when you hear it and you go, "That's not what I said"?
Yeah, to be honest, like I've always said, I don't mind criticism. I've always take criticism from everyone and anyone, and I never replied to anything or whatsoever. People have an opinion, they think it's good, bad, whatever. What I don't like was when people lie about things. And this case that you said about Roy Keane, basically what he said is a lie, because you can either you saw some other interview, or you can't say that I said one thing that I've just not said. And luckily for me, is everything on record. Imagine if he wasn't, like, then people will think like, oh yeah, Bruno is the guy always trying to got the assist. But one thing that is consistent is my number of creation is always the same. So it's not that I've been trying to reach this now. No, I've been creating chances since I came to the Premier League, probably more than anyone else. So he hasn't changed that. My type of play or aim of play or way of playing hasn't changed since I came to the Premier League. It's not that this season probably Roy Keane saw someone like Bruno creating more because he wanted the assist record. No, he's seeing the same Bruno that is about risky reward, is about creating chances for his teammates, is about getting the best out of the other ones. Because the thing is, like, you will get criticized anyway. If you're scoring goals, you'll get criticized because you're not passing the ball and you're shooting. If you're doing assists, it's because you're passing too much and you're not shooting to score goals. So it's gonna always be like that. People will always make the balance the way they want. They won't balance thing. They will put it the way they want the things to be. And obviously, I think I've always showed a lot of respect for Roy Keane and for everything he's done for the club and for everything he's always said. I've never ever had something to say. I've never said something wrong. I even asked Ole his number to text him, to be honest, to have a word with him, to say like that I don't mind the criticism. I don't like when people lie about things that I say, because this is like, it goes a little bit over the top of the things that I think are acceptable. I accept the criticism. I accept that he can say things that I don't like and I don't like to see it. But as I said before, that improves me. What I don't like is that people make their own words on what I say, and it's not true. He can criticizing me, killing me, say that I'm not good enough, that I'm not a good captain for him, that I'm not a good player for the club whatsoever. It's bad. It's okay. I don't mind. Is it opinion? I like it? No. Obviously, I prefer Roy Keane to give me some praise sometimes because I've achieved something that not many players have achieved. I understand that this club is about winning trophies. I've never taken that off my mind. I've always said in front of everyone that I want to win the Premier League and the Champions League. I never said I wanted to be the best player in the Premier League. Never one time any person has heard that Bruno wanted to get the assist record or get the goals record or get the player of the season or get being better than anyone else. No, Bruno wants the club to be successful. Bruno wants the club to win trophies, and that's all Bruno wants. I accept his criticism. I accept that he might like me as a player or not, likes me as a person or not. But what I don't like is that he puts words in my mouth that has not been said. That's the only thing I don't like.
Well, I did actually ask your teammates what you were like, and I asked them on and off camera, on and off the record. I couldn't get some of them to be very serious, but what I received is lots and lots of voice notes from lots and lots of your former players. I texted around last night, and I'll play you what they said.